Before I start this video, I just want to say thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. This channel has officially reached 500 subscribers. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin. I just think back to how the channel first started, and it first started with my reasons to ship Betty and Archie video. Before that, I would do like makeup looks and song covers here and there, but then I started to get more obsessed with Riverdale and loving Betty and Archie. And now we're here talking about the Vampire Diaries. I just want to thank you guys so much. I love every and each one of you. Thank you for those who have subscribed to my channel and who are new here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Stay tuned because this is just the beginning of amazing videos that are to come. Today's video, as you read by the title, it is going to be me ranking from the worst to the best Vampire Diaries characters. Last video I did was for the couples. Now it's going to be for the characters. Just want to say, even before I get into this, these are all based on my opinions on how I felt when I was watching the show, growing up watching the show. It's gonna be based on like if I think they're annoying, if I think they're boring, and even if I just don't like them, it's all based on my opinion. And this, I feel like I have a feeling that a lot of the stuff that I have said, that I've written down, I'm going to say, it's probably going to piss some people off. Please remember that this is just based on my opinion and how I feel, and you can disagree, but let's be respectful because I'm going to be as respectful as well, okay? If you guys are new to this channel, hello, my name is Joyce. I do makeup looks, reactions, reviews, song covers, and if you stay on this channel, I promise you will not regret one single second. And without further ado, let's get on with this video. We are going to start with 5 TVD characters who I thought were the worst. Then afterwards, I'm going to name 5 of the best TVD characters in my opinion. And number 5 is Vicky. Okay, I'm not gonna get into deep on why I don't like her, because like if I sat here and did that, then I would be here until tomorrow. All I'll say is that yes, of course, in the first season, her character was basically not being a good sister, treating Jeremy and her boyfriends like crap as well. I get what like her character was supposed to be, but to me, I always again find some reality when I analyze. Honestly, I would not love to have a friend like Vicky. I would not even be happy to have a sister like Vicky. I thought she was very self-centered. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with me on this, that like you got like they didn't like Vicky as well, and maybe that was the point. Maybe she was supposed to not be liked, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like there are some people that like her, and that is like completely okay. As I actually want to say, like it's completely okay if you like Vicky. Honestly, I was glad when she was gone, you know. I was glad in the show I'm talking about. Number 4, yes, it's probably gonna stun a lot of people, but Caroline Forbes. I'm sorry, I thought she was
so annoying.
Season 1, yes, it kind of made sense. Like, we get it. Like, everybody was supposed to understand she was annoying. But it's like, even as she transitioned into a vampire in season 2, she just got more annoying. I'm sorry. The storylines that she was in, like everything else, like that was interesting. I loved her perseverance, and I love how she cared about her friends and about her loved ones as well. But I just thought she was kind of
spoiled
and a little bit full of herself sometimes. For some reason, I did not like Caroline. Even after the series ended, I just did not like Caroline. I liked how she was a dependable and loyal friend. Number 3 is Jeremy. I know it's a little bit weird because like it's not like he's done anything like super bad in the show to make me not like him, but I thought he was one of the most boring characters in the show, and I felt like he had so much potential into being a very interesting character. I'm not gonna deny that some of the storylines he was in that made him relevant, I'm not gonna lie, it was interesting and I completely understand. I just felt like the same as Jeremy and Matt, I felt like these two were they weren't part of the main storyline, and they were only relevant. Well, now I'm focusing more on Jeremy, but it's like it applies to both of them. He was only relevant in situations that kind of made him relevant. In season 4, I think he was a hunter, a vampire hunter, and that was interesting, but I still thought he was pretty boring. Otherwise, it's like not much is going on with him. He's had girlfriends and he always wants to fight for justice and do the right thing as well. But otherwise, I feel like for me, there's not a lot to say about Jeremy. Again, maybe that was the point because he was a much minor character, but I still feel like Jeremy, just like Matt, like they could have had some real potential to be very, very interesting characters in the show, even if they were minor characters. More focusing on Jeremy, yeah, that's why I thought he was like
the worst.
Basically, because he was pretty boring in my opinion. Number 2, and I'm pretty sure like everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, obviously. John Gilbert. Yeah, I'm sorry. Worst parent ever. Oh my goodness. I get he was trying to protect Elena from that life, from the vampire life, because he wants her to live, wants her to be happy and not be surrounded by those cursed vampires, witches and stuff. And I did like how around, I think the end or the middle of season 2, towards the end of season 2, he sacrificed his life to save Elena because Klaus was after Elena. I thought it was good. I thought it was cool, and I guess it was for him the only thing that could make Elena forgive him. I get his intention. He wanted to protect her, but I feel like it was kind of hypocrite and selfish of him to do that because he was not in Elena's life. He came back when she was like 16, 17. That's when he finally came back, and now he's deciding, oh no, this isn't good for you. And I get it again. Both of her parents died, but I still felt like it wasn't his place to do that, to tell her,
oh, she can't date this person. Oh, she can't do this. She can't do that.
Dude, you're doing it the wrong way. And I just thought he was very selfish because he would also work behind Elena's back to kill people that she cared about, even if they were vampires, talking about Damon and Stefan. So yeah, that's why he was probably like the worst. He was supposed to be like a villain, I guess, quotation marks. Maybe some people like him, and if you don't like him, I completely get it. Like that's completely fine. But to me, I thought he was the worst, and to me, in a reality form, the worst parent ever. Number 1. Again, I don't know if people are going to come at me for that. Maybe you guys will, maybe you guys won't. But I'm going to say it. Number 1, Elena. Okay, let me just like explain myself. Honestly, I don't know why people like her. The thing I liked about Elena, and I still do, is that she cares a lot. Like Elena, yes, it's true. I like the fact that she's really caring and stuff, but I felt like because she was the main character and she was always in those dangerous situations, and it was just Damon and Stefan were more focused on protecting her.
Oh, it's Elena. It's Elena. I mean, it's Elena, so we have to protect.
Because of that, it felt like Elena kind of used that at her advantage, and she would kind of think that she's above everybody else. And I know that wasn't her intentions, but I started to think that towards the beginning of season 4, especially when she started transitioning into a vampire.
Oh my gosh, it's okay because Elena's a vampire. Yeah, we're gonna cover her track.
I feel like, girl, you need to take some responsibility. I know you've been put in dangerous situations from season 1 to season 3, but you could also choose to have like a normal life. But it just kind of annoyed me that it was always like her, and because of that, a lot of her friends, especially Bonnie, would have to either risk their lives for her or just be in a situation where they probably shouldn't be in that situation, and all of that was because of Elena. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with it. I wouldn't be surprised if you disagree with it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. That's why I just don't like Elena. This is the list of the 5 characters that I thought were the worst in the Vampire Diaries. Now we're gonna move on to 5 of the best the Vampire Diaries character. Number 5, and that is Lexi. I thought she was amazing. I loved her. I loved her so much. I was so upset when she died. I know she wasn't in the show, like she was just in for like one episode. I thought she was a badass. I thought she was such a good friend for Stefan. When Stefan tells Lexi that he's in love with Elena, you're in love with her? Wow, like how she was so supportive. She's like, yo,
like, you know, you gotta just do what you gotta do for someone that you love.
she was just an amazing, amazing, amazing best friend. Number 4, that will be Sheriff Forbes. I feel like I know I've been naming like characters that are either minor or not really relevant to the story, but it really, when I really explain it, it makes sense. I thought she was amazing. I loved how in the show, it showed really well how she was doing her job, and it was kind of relatable as well, especially in season 1 and season 2 when Caroline and Sheriff Forbes, they didn't have the best relationship because Sheriff Forbes was more focused on work than her daughter. She wouldn't always be there for her, according to Caroline. And it was relatable because I know friends who have parents that their work is basically their whole life, and that's why they're barely at home. That was really cool, and that was really awesome that they showed that at the beginning of season 1 and in season 2. I loved how she wanted to protect the people living in Mystic Falls. She wanted to protect the city. I loved watching her in the Vampire Diaries. Oh my gosh, and it was so sad when she died. I cried. Literally, that's gonna be one of my next videos, like my top sad ranking, the saddest Vampire Diaries moments for me. Number 3, that is Stefan Salvatore. I really like Stefan. I really liked him. Yeah, it was upsetting when he killed Enzo. It didn't really change how I felt. Like, yes, it was upsetting. I was upset. I was like,
oh my god, no, Stefan, why did you do that?
I did still love Stefan. Oh my god. Towards the beginning of the seasons, like from season 1 to season 4 or 5, he always wanted to fight for the good. He was like the good brother. He would always respect Elena's wishes. He was always protect her and do whatever she wanted. He would risk his life for her, and he would do that for so many people that he loves. And he also helped Caroline with her transition as well. He was also protective of his brother Damon. I really love that about Stefan. He took Damon's place at the end of the series with Catherine when they were going to be burned alive by hellfire. And I loved Stefan. I loved him. Number 2, and that's probably gonna surprise a lot of you guys, but it's Matt. Okay, yes, as I've explained in when I was talking about Jeremy, I really feel like Matt and Jeremy had the potential to becoming very interesting and good characters. Just as much as it is the same for Jeremy, it's the same thing for Matt, but for some reason, even if he's not the worst character to me, I still really liked him because he just reminded me of this like normal teenager who goes to high school. Unlike Jeremy, Matt really wanted to stay out of this. Like, he wanted to have the perfect good life for himself. I like that about Matt. Yes, it's true. He is also willing to do everything to protect his friends, and sometimes he does want to get involved. But to me, I really loved Matt because his life was just so simple, and yes, he would be around all of this craziness, but he also did not want to get involved as well. Matt was always the character where he was very good and was trying to distance himself away from all of those crazy bad things and always doing the right thing as well. That's why I love Matt. And now we are going to number 1, and that is my favorite character in the show, period. Not one of my favorites, but my ultimate favorite character, and that is Bonnie. Oh my gosh, I am not even gonna debate on this. I'm sorry, but if people say that,
oh my god, I don't like Bonnie,
I'm sorry, I'm pretty much sure everybody's going to agree that Bonnie is your favorite character. I would be really surprised if people say no, it's not, and that's fine. If Bonnie's not your favorite character and you don't like Bonnie, that's fine, but I would be shocked. I wouldn't understand why, because I love Bonnie. I love her like crazy. not only she was trying to avoid all of this, yes, she's a witch, yes, that's true, but she was also trying to avoid all of this craziness, all of this madness, all of this vampire death stuff. She also was a very loyal, dependable, and she's willing to sacrifice her life over and over and over again to protect her friends, and she's willing to sacrifice her happiness just to make her friends happy, aka I would say Elena. Every time she would pass away or she wouldn't be in there, it just upset me. Like, she lost so many people that she cared about in her life. I'm not saying she's the only one, but to her, like, it was sad to see her lose so many people that she cared about, mostly family related. This concludes this video. These are the worst to the best TVD characters. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. If you agree with most of the stuff that I've said, or if you agree with everything, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you disagree with everything that I've said or most of it, let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. Let's have a discussion. Yeah, that is it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.